Hello, everybody, and welcome into today's episode of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. I am Sunny here hosting with...
Caleb, your boy.
That's it. All right. Thank you all for coming in and listening today. We're going to lead in with some quick play news. The OCG Utopia Structure deck has confirmed that they will have a Max C reprint as well as a Skullmeister reprint, which is nifty, I guess. Good for them.
Then it's also going to have a new card called Utopic Astral Hope. It's a normal summon searcher like Stratos, but you can search for any Exceed Spell Trap, Onomato Spell Trap, Zexal Spell Trap, or a Number Spell Trap.
Basically, you can grab whatever you want that's relevant for the deck.
Pretty much.
And it's level 4, so it lets you right into the shit.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's actually all we have for quick play news. Must be awful nice, though, to be in the OCG and not only have Max C, but be getting reprints of Max C. Yeah, even the banned commons are like $8 over here.
Yep. Kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is.
All right, we're going to do a quick ad break, and then probably the rest of the episode will be nothing but tournament results.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Now, before we get into the tournament results, I just want to do a quick drop on... Be sure to follow us on Twitter and at Top Cut Podcast. I'm at... what am I at? Oh, yeah, at Dat Chumley. And Caleb, you're at JamTheMan17, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, we're not going to keep you waiting. We're going to go ahead and get into the results. We're going to start off with... Let's see here. Let's start off with the Latin America Remote Duel Invitational, because all we actually have for information-wise for this is the top 4 in the finals, which is not ideal, but honestly, it's kind of difficult to find tournament results outside of your own geographic zone, we've found.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you go to the Konami Latin America page, it's not, like, the best amount of information.
Yeah, they don't give any deck lists or anything like that. And so they don't give any sort of deck information until they cut to top 4.
Yeah, which is less than ideal.
Yeah. So in top 4, we have Alexis D running Subterror versus Ali P running Dragon Link, and Santiago M, who's running Dragon Link, versus Leonardo L, who's running Invoked Dogma Dolls, which I thought was a cool way to say the deck name.
I do kind of like that.
Yeah, Dogma Doll.
And the finals was Leonardo L with his Invoked Dogma Dolls versus Santiago. Wait. Did they go back and replay each other in the finals?
I don't know. It might have been versus Ali P, and I made a mistake in the notes.
Okay, so it
was Invoked Dogma Dolls versus Dragon Link in the finals,
which means it must have been Leonardo L and Ali P.
Yeah. Okay. And then Leonardo L's Invoked Dogma Doll deck won the day.
Oh boy, the deck that didn't get hit on the ban list won the whole event.
Yeah. Granted, this was pre-ban list when this went off anyway, but that is what it is.
Right.
Let's see. And then we have the Luxury Championship Series 14.
All right. So in Swiss, the most represented deck was Dragon Link with 27. Then there was 19 Pure Zodiac decks, 17 Tri-Brigade decks, which was 1 Pure and 16 Zodiac Tri-Brigade. 11 Drytrons, 5 Attic Nister, 5 Invoked Dogma Dolls, 4 Pranks, 4 Mech Knights, and 31 other. So you're looking at almost as many Dragon Link as other, which is insane.
Something else I noticed was that's a lot of Attic Nister.
5 Attic Nister is not a small amount. Same amount as Invoked Dogmatica, Shadal, but
yeah, that's
the thing that's really alarming to me here is 19 Pure Zodiacs.
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot. It's crazy that people still want to play Pure Zodiac when the Tri-Brigade version of the deck is just better.
It's got more backfoot plays that can fall into should it ever need to do so due to something horrible happening to its zoo package.
Yeah, I mean, it's less of a... The Tri-Brigade Zodiac version of the deck is way less reactive and far more proactive. It's a deck that's much more mid-range, much less grind. Sure, it has the grind game if it needs it, but having that mid-range ability just to jump out there, build, not necessarily a board, but put interruptions out on turn 0, more so than just pure Zodiac. while still having the ability to go into Zeus, while still having the ability to link climb end games with access code. I mean, really, I don't see how. It's just crazy to me that so many people were playing pure Zoo. So,
I mean, it could also just be that people really like the deck.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Anyway, so then they had day 2, which was the top 25 decks, which is anyone who was X and 1 or better day 1. We had 9 Pure Zoo, 6 Dragonlink, 5 Zodiac Tri Brigade, 1 Invoke Dogma Doll, 1 Drytron, 1 Praying Kids, 1 Altergeist, 1 at Ignister.
It's really interesting that you have 11 represented in Swiss for Drytron and only 1 translated to day 2. And then of the 19 Pure Zoo, 9 translated, making it the most represented in day 2.
Yep. And then out of 27 Dragonlink decks, only 6 made it to day 2.
I think a lot of that is because so many people know what Dragonlink does these days.
Yeah, and they know what hand trap to drop and when to drop it.
Right. So, I mean, because realistically, a well-timed Nibiru can really hurt that deck.
Oh yeah, no.
And this is all. I mean, keep in mind, this will be airing on what, the 25th.
Yeah, something like that.
So if this is airing on the 25th, we're still a week out from the new format, but at the same time, all these tournament results are happening before the ban list drops.
Yeah, these are all old, pre-July 2021 ban list stuff. So LP's still allowed, Strikers at 3.
Dryden is still at 1.
Something else I noticed about this was, I think Dino was probably under other.
Yeah,
here.
so you're looking at 2, 3, maybe even only 1 Dino.
Yeah, which didn't even make the day 2.
Which is crazy to me because Dino's so strong with the introduction of Scrap Raptor.
Yep.
Dino's insane.
And this is while Misk is still a 3.
Right.
Like, this is absolutely fascinating. Was it a meta call just to not bring the Dino and bring something else?
I think I don't know about Dino being a meta call, but I do know, the more I think about it, I think Pure Zoo is a meta call. Because if you're in an extremely combo heavy format, which, I mean, look at the rest of the decks. I mean, we're talking 27 Dragonlink. The Tri Brigade is more or less combo. It's more mid-range than actually combo.
It combos into mid-range.
Yeah, more or less. 11 Drytron, that's straight combo. At Ignister,
it's combo.
Prank Kids, which is, again, mid-range, I understand. But the point is, you have all these combo decks, which Pure Zoo has an amazing matchup against, including the new Dino deck. The new Dino deck is combo, straight up.
Oh yeah, which you can obviously that being translated into day 2 with all this combo floating around, and the number 1 most represented deck on day 2 is Pure Zoo.
Right. I really think this is what it is, because realistically, when you're running Pure Zoo, you're running like a 10-card Zoo package, 3 Thoroughblade, 3 Whiptail, 3 Ram, 1 Rat Pierre. So that's 10 main deck monsters. Then you're running 3 10-key, 1 Zodiac Barrage. So like a 14-card Zodiac package, maybe tech in a Bunny Blast as needed.
If you really feel that way.
Yeah, depending on what you're planning on seeing that day. But the really interesting thing to me is that once you get past those 14 card core, you've got 26 slots to do what you want with. You can run triple Ash, triple Droll. You can run D-Shifter in this deck, Dimensional Shifter. You can run your IDPs, your Solemn Strikes, your Torrential Tributes, and I mean, you're gonna run at least 2 Zeus. So being able to have the versatility, I guess, is nice. And then side decking becomes so easy at that point because just tech out all the cards that are suboptimal for your matchup.
Yeah.
If you're playing against Drytron, maybe tech out one thing and then go into, you're probably already main decking Droll at that point, but come out of one thing and go into Nibiru, or come out of a different thing and go into whatever,
Light and Prison Mirrors if you're on that.
Right. So.
Then we have the actual top 16.
Right, so this was, basically that was top 25 and this is top 16.
Yeah. We got 5 Pure Zoo, 4 Zoo Brigade, 3 Dragonlink, 1 Drytron, 1 Dogma Doll, 1 Invoke Dogma Doll, 1 Prank Kid, and 1 at Ignister. Them at Ignister is staying on top.
It's really interesting to me that at Ignister made it this far. So,
I mean, I guess Dark Infant was just exactly what they needed. The Blink one?
I mean, the card is really good, to be fair. So,
I mean, obviously.
I want to say the finals was Zoo Brigade. What was the finals?
I don't know.
I know the finals for the PPG was... so first place was Zoo Brigade.
Pure Zoo, it looks like. No, never mind. It was straight up Zoo Brigade.
It's Zoo Brigade, but the really interesting thing here is that not only were they on the 3 Fractal, 3 Kit, 3 Nerval, 2 Karas of a typical Zoo package, as well as triple Ash, triple Droll, triple Nib, triple Imperm, triple Revolt. They're also, and this is a really interesting thing, their Zoo package is a lot bigger than most. I mean, you're looking at 1 Ram, 1 Whip, 1 Rat, and triple Thoroughblade.
Isn't it normally 1, 1, and 1 instead of 3 of anything?
Yeah, normally you're not running Thoroughblade at all.
Interesting.
So to be running 3 Thoroughblade is wild.
Well, obviously it worked out for him.
Yeah.
But then comes the question, did it actually work out, or did it just so happen to fall into place?
I think it actually worked out, because I think the principle behind it is if you have a Thoroughblade, you can normal summon Thoroughblade and put another monster in Grave, which is fuel for your Tri-Brigades.
Oh, that's fair.
So, but the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to discard a Zodiac card for Thoroughblade. So, you're only running 7 Zodiac cards, and obviously you're not going to discard Barrage.
Yeah, I think the only Zodiac card you would discard for Thoroughblade is probably another Thoroughblade.
I mean, you could discard Ram Ram, and if you discard Ram Ram, that's like full combo.
Oh, well, there we go.
But why only play 1 Ram Ram? I don't know. I would love to hear his logic behind that.
Yeah, if only we could pick this individual's brain. Also, is that a playset of Forbidden Chalice in the side?
It absolutely is, which is... If you look at it, he's not running any like outrageously expensive cards. He's not running Axe Dragon's Prisons. He's not running Forbidden Droplet. He's not running Triple Tactics Talent.
You say that, but he's got a pair of Alpha in the side.
Alphas are $20.
And Zeus in extra.
Okay, yeah, a single Zeus. Sure, that's the most expensive card in his entire deck.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, and the 1 access code.
Yeah. And the, well, no, that's Desires, not Extravagance or...
Right. Desires is cheap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he did it.
Yep.
So, first place was Zoo Brigade. Second place is Dragon Link. Seems to be your bog standard Dragon Link. 1 chamber, 2 Titan.
No, that's actually not standard. They normally run 2 chamber. You mind zooming in right next to the chamber for me real quick?
Is that Rocket Synchron?
Yeah, he's running 2 Rocket Synchron. You don't see that very often.
Well, he's running the 1 Borreload Savage. He's running the...
Yeah, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss.
And the Chaos Ruler.
You normally only run... Oh, that's why he's running 2. He's running the Halka Firebrax.
Yeah, yep.
Yep. He's doing some Halka Firebrax shenanigans.
So, this seems like a small monster lineup. He's not even on Levianeer.
No, he is. He's at the bottom.
I didn't see all those monsters.
Yeah, it's in a weird order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. Like he's got. Yeah, it's just in an awkward order is all.
I think it's just a tech choice to not run the. I think it's just a check to not run the second chamber because
maybe.
Like, I mean, realistically, when you can cut one chamber, which allows you to still do your main core plays, and then now you get to run like a playset of Triple Tactics Talent.
Well, I mean, the whole point behind the Dragon Maids is the first Dragon Maid fetches you Tidying, which then at the end of your opponent's turn fetches you your other chamber.
Right. But
which then guarantees you a follow-up play.
Yeah, that is true. I think he leaned more into, though, the attempt to be able to... I don't know. I mean, main decking the Gamma package, you have to think that he's trying to attempt more, if possible, to activate effects in hand and grave while keeping his field blank for as long as possible.
Maybe.
If there's a way for Dragon Link to do that. I honestly don't know. Or if there was a way. There's not a way anymore.
Yeah. Well, come July 1st.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Your other two top 4 deck lists are Dragon Link and Prank Kids.
Yeah. The Prank Kids looks like your very bog standard Prank Kids. I like the way he has his organized.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, so so it's set up in a 4 rows of 10 cards each. So the first row is just his hand traps.
He set it up less in rows and more in columns.
Yeah, so he has his hand traps, and he has Roxy's, Fancies, Lampsies, and Dropsies, not in that particular order. And then his three of non-monster cards, and then his one ofs all in one column. It's great. It looks very nice.
He's running. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 ofs.
Yeah, hey, you mind doing me a favor and zooming in on his extra deck real quick? I want to look at something. I noticed something in his main. I want to see if he's doing it on the fusions.
All right.
Oh, he is. He's running okay, so he's running the instant fusion in the main to pull out Thousand Eyes Millennium.
Millennium Eyes Restrict? Is it?
Millennium Eyes Restrict, yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, but I mean, if he is, great, because what you can do is that if you open Instant Fusion, you just immediately Instant Fusion a Thousand Eyes Millennium Eyes Restrict.
I think he's using it to grab Prank Kid's Rocket Ride because it's level 5.
Maybe it might be grab Rocket Ride.
Yeah,
because I remember I remember seeing another build earlier where somebody was running that for the Millennium Eyes Restrict, because then if your opponent attempts a hand trap, you can just negate one hand trap.
Yeah, and what you can do is you can use it to go into the Prank Kid's Rocket Ride, which will allow you to basically have an instant link fodder, because the 3 that he's running there are the Weather Washer, the Rocket Rod, and the Battle and Butler.
Yeah.
So he's not running that, but still, that's really, I don't know if that's normal to have the instant fusion for the Rocket Ride play, but it's interesting. I like it.
Oh yeah. Also, he's running Toad.
How's he making Toad?
I don't know. Oh, that's how. Dropsies is level 2.
I guess it is.
Yeah. So just if he ever has an
Aqua.
Yeah, if he ever has an inboard of 2 Dropsies, you can just overlay the 2 into Toad.
That's interesting.
Probably what happened was he had an extra deck slot and it was like, I don't know what to put in there. Oh wait, these are Aqua. Toad.
So this is what I find. Okay, you know what? That's top 4, and I think we have
a couple of decks from top 8.
All 4 of the top 8 decks. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Here's the other 4 top 8 decks. This is Pure Zodiac, which is pretty standard. 10 zoo monsters. You cut 1 Whiptail for a Bunny Blast. Then your Tinkies, your Barrage. And then, like I said, tons and tons and tons of back row and effect negation. He's on main deck Skullmeisters, effect Veilers, Ash Blossoms,
Desires.
Yep. Imperm, Strikes, Judgments, Imperial Order, Macrocosmos.
Forbidden Chalice.
Yep. Forbidden Chalice in the main.
It's got all kinds of stuff in the main. He's got, what is that? He's got Harpy's Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclone over Twin Twister, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, Cosmic Cyclone has like better matchups against certain cards, just not all cards.
Yeah. In general, you'll find Twin Twister to be the better option.
It really depends on the meta at the time, because sometimes Twin Twisters is not a better option, and sometimes it's like a way better option.
Oh yeah, again, it depends on what you're going up against, what you expect to see, blah, 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 blah. So, Lightning Storm, Cycle Reader.
Here's where it gets really interesting. triple Contact C.
Which, if we go back to all the other top decks, they all but like one of them ran Contact C.
Yeah, so this was something that I was gonna save it for the end, but we can do it now. So there's the top 8 deck lists. First place, playset of Contact C. Second place, a playset of Contact C in the side. Third place, 2 Contact C in the side. Fourth place was not running Contact C. Fifth place, a playset in the side. Sixth place, the other 4 top 8 deck lists. It's not 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th because they didn't play it out. But top 8 deck 1 has 3 in the side. Top 8 deck 2 has 3 in the side. Top 8 deck 3 was not running it, and top 8 deck 4 has 2 in the side. 2 to 3 in the side deck for 6 out of 8 of the top 8 players. That's insane.
Oh yeah, no, we can absolutely say that Contact C is currently in vogue. And I mean, it's a good card. For those of you who don't know, when your opponent normal special summons, you can special summon your opponent's field. The control of this card, if they attempt to perform a Link, Synchro, Exceed, or Fusion summon, they have to use the Contact C as the material for it.
Right.
Which unless the Dragon Link player has prepared for this in advance and is running something like IP Masquerena or Beat Cop from the Underworld, is going to shut them down. It shuts down Zoo Brigade. It shuts by that I mean Zoo and Tri Brigade, because I don't think they have any links or exceeds they can make with it, considering it's an Earth insect monster. Invoke Dogma Dolls can't really do anything with it either. Prank Kids can't do anything with it, because all their stuff is very specifically Prank Kids to make other Prank Kids stuff. Just as examples. Overall, it's a great card, and you have to prepare your extra deck for it in advance, for it's not just...
Yeah, you really have to have a plan for it going into these events. I mean, realistically, even against a deck like... realistically, even against a deck like Drytron, they can do all their ritual stuff, but their singular out to that card is...
getting another level 6 on board and making Beatrice.
Exactly. Which, don't get me wrong, it's very realistic. But if you wait till after they've already gone into Beatrice once, and then do it...
Oh yeah, they don't
that messes them up pretty good.
Yeah, especially if they haven't already put a negate on board before making Beatrice. So now, Drytron players have to think, should I make my negate now, or wait until after Beatrice, where I can possibly use the negate to make more negates?
The only thing is that in a deck like Drytron, you can realistically take what you have on board and go Link 4 and make Appaloosa.
Oh yeah, worst case scenario.
The issue with a deck like Tri Brigade doing it, though, is that if you wait to Contact C until after the Tri Brigade has... So basically you wait until after they've activated their first Tri Brigade effect, then...
Which you'd have to wait for them to summon that Tri Brigade that they're going to activate the effect of.
Right, so, for example... They activate Fractal, send to Grave. Fractal, send Kit. Kit, send Nerval. Nerval, switch Karas. Normal summon Karas. Okay.
That's when you Contact C them.
Right. No. Wait till they activate Karas and banish probably 2 for cost to go into either Fairjeet or Bearbrum. And the second that summon happens, that's when you Contact C. And the reason is... once the Tri Brigades have activated their effects, for the rest of the turn, you're only allowed to use Beast, Warrior, and Winged Beast as Link materials. And Contact C is an insect. So, if you wait till after they've activated one of the Tri Brigade effects, then they can't just go Link 4 right there into Appaloosa, because they can't link with the Contact C.
Oh, that's a good point. And then they're stuck with whatever they put on board.
That is literally their end board. They literally cannot make another play.
Yeah.
I don't know how that deck plays around Contact C.
Yep, you've made a fine point. But I mean, you're also the Zoo Brigade player. I'm not. I don't. But like against Dragon Link, if they don't have IP Masquerena or Beat Cop from the Underworld, which are the only 2 cards I can think of off the top of my head, that's it. They pass turn.
Yeah.
Because literally all the other pretty much all the other cards in the entire deck all require that you use dragons to make them. Minus, of course, like Unchained Abomination, which they hit you early enough, you're not going to have materials to make if you're running Unchained Abomination, or Boral Sword, same deal. If they hit you too early, you're not going to have enough materials to make the thing in the first place. Let's see. It's level 6, so they have to have a level 2 tuner to go into Borreload Savage, which they don't run. Their tuners are Tracer and Rocket Synchron, only who is level 4 and level 1.
Right.
So unless they start, then they probably have to start running level running level 7 synchro, and just so they can somehow cheat out the Synchron and Sync 7.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's no bueno. But if you're prepared in advance for it, it's not going to stop you, but it's definitely going to slow you down a whole bunch.
Right.
I mean, like I said, as far as Drytron is concerned, after they make Beatrice, that's it. Turn pass. Well, they also don't make a lot of extra monsters to begin with.
Yeah.
It's primarily I'm going to make Herald.
Well, I mean, they make Mu Beta Fafnir.
Yeah.
They use like I said, Mu Beta Fafnir, Beatrice. Realistically, they can make Zeus. Hilariously, they can, if needed, they can activate Diviner of Heralds, send Herald of the Arclight. So Diviner will be, or send Entis. I think Herald is level. Is Herald of the Arclight 4, or is it?
I think it's 1.
No, it's a synchro. How are you gonna have a level 1 synchro?
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm thinking Diviner. My bad.
Yeah, no, Diviner is level 2.
Yeah, no. Herald of the Arclight's level 4.
Okay, so yes, it is. I had to find one. So realistically, you normal summon Diviner, send Herald, Diviner becomes level 6, and you can special summon a Drytron from hand and Synchro 7.
Yeah, that would be silly.
Oh, it's not just would be silly. It is a very realistic play.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even if they were to do that, what synchros would they even go into?
The best Synchro 7 in the game. Nuke the board.
Oh, Black Rose Dragon. Yeah.
It's not really a realistic play. It could be a desperation recovery play, but it's not really like an actually realistic play. Would be reasonable. Nobody would be crazy enough to do that in any kind of a tournament environment.
Yeah, especially on turn 0. I don't think anyone would Black Rose on turn 0.
No, you wouldn't do it on turn 0, but if you're like in top decking mode and you top deck a Diviner, if you have any ritual or Drytron monster in hand or field to tribute, that's like an actual play. Like normal summon Diviner, send Herald, use Herald to search a ritual, and then use your Drytron Engrave to tribute that ritual to summon the Drytron. It's a 1-card Black Rose.
Yeah.
And then you can nuke the field and go into your recovery plays.
Yeah. Of course, using the Black Sea as the Contact Sea as a material for the Black Rose, because, you know.
Okay, that's completely different. I'm just saying, I wasn't talking about playing around with Contact Sea. I'm just saying that, like, that's a play. Like you said, they don't use their extra deck.
Oh, fair enough.
They have plays where they use their extra deck.
Yeah. But like I said,
really the thing that they really do is they would just link away the Contact Scene to make like a 3 or 4 negate Appaloosa.
Yeah, pretty much that's their only way to out is either that or they would attempt to make Beatrice with it.
They could also link it away for Nightmare Phoenix. I mean, Drytron it really doesn't do anything against.
Yeah, which is disappointing. Yeah, but I mean, Prank Kids it shuts them out because
it murders Prank Kids and Tri Brigade if done at the right time.
Yeah, because in order for Prank Kids, for them to actually properly go off and put out enough monsters to then go into a multiple negate Appaloosa or a access code talker, they need to link their Roxy's, Famsies, and Dropsies off to get their effects. Not even that.
If they normal summon, like say for example, they normal summon Roxy's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or any of the Prank Kids. They normal summon any Prank Kid, and you immediately respond with Contact Sea. They just lose. because they can't link their print kit off to make Meow Meow Moo.
Yeah, which means that they'd have to start running like Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Cerberus and go into them on turn 0.
They don't have the extra deck space to do that.
Yeah, exactly, which is another problem for them. So then they have to start considering what they need to what they can functionally deck out just to prepare for this one card. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like they can't do that. They just can't do it,
Yeah. Yeah, and then the same thing was with Zoo. You just got with Tri Brigade. You just got to hit him at the right spot. Zoo, same thing. Unless they're doing something funky with pure Zoo.
Yeah.
And they're running a generic Link 2 in the extra deck.
Okay, let's take this. Let's take this list right here that got third place.
Let's see. Triple cat, triple...
Well, it's triple Meow Meow Moo.
Yeah.
Triple of the Link,
Rooster.
Yeah, and one of the other Link 2, which is Bow Wow Bark, I think.
Yeah.
So, and then you have an Asa the Earth Charmer. You have a Nightmare Unicorn.
Wait, what's the materials on Earth Charmer?
Oh, God. You're hitting me off the cuff here.
Sorry.
I think it might just be any monster and then one Earth monster.
If that's the case, they can just link into Aswa.
Can they really?
Yeah, Contact C is an Earth monster.
2 monsters including an Earth. Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, there you go. Never mind. However, they're forced to do it, which is less than ideal.
Yeah.
But that's probably why this guy was running the Aswa to begin with, is just in case that exact situation happened, where he normal summons Roxy's or Fancies or whatever, and his opponent just immediately contacts these, and he can then just go into Aswa the Earth Charmer and keep going.
Yeah.
He probably won't be able to put out the board he wants to put out, but he can still put out a board instead of just passing turn, which is a great improvement.
For real.
Long story short for this long rant is Contact C is good. And it is currently in vogue, so be prepared for it.
Yeah, so in this last weekend of this format, if you're entering any tournaments, I mean, realistically, be prepared to see Contact C, because that's a very spicy tech card right now.
Oh, yeah. And then, moving on into the format, into the upcoming format, based on, all that's really leaving is Dragonlink and Pure Zoo. And even then, I'm pretty sure both of those are only temporary.
So, the thing is, well, real quick, there was one more event, which was the PPG Regional, but we have had an extremely hard time trying to find actual results for that without having to go back and rewatch the entire thing. I know that top 4 had at least one Drytron, Zodiac Tri Brigade, and one Dragon Link, with one more. I don't know what the 4th deck was, but the finals was Drytron versus Zoo Brigade, and Drytron won in 3 games.
Okay, that's still interesting.
So, all of these tournament results, they tell us that a lot of the fears, the Banlist addressed some serious issues, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It addressed it addressed Zodiac, and it addressed Dragonlink, which were 2 of the most well-represented decks at these tournaments. It even touched Dino, which was maybe not super well represented, but it's a top meta deck.
Oh yeah, and it's still very interesting how people chose to not play that one particular deck, and I don't know why.
That kills me because in my opinion, I think that Dragonlink is probably, as far as the meta that we're leaving, it was like a top tier deck that just didn't see a ton of play. I don't know if it was because nobody wanted to shell out for the scrap chimeras, or if it was just because people just...
I'm thinking it's because people just didn't want to shell out the $40 for the $50 for the scrap chimeras.
Oh, I let mine go at $60, bud.
That's why I said 40 to 50.
Right.
I don't actually know what they're currently at. Yeah, but then comes the question: is Contact C a tech for this format, or do we keep playing it into July?
I mean, when you think about it, with Dragon Link gone, and your top decks being probably Drytron, Tri-Brigade, probably still Zoo Brigade, honestly.
Yeah, possibly even very well still Super Brigade, because Zeus is still hoo-hoo-hoo.
Well, so the crazy thing about the Zoo Brigade deck is it actually just got a little bit more versatile. Because all you really need is to normal summon Rat, dump Ram, go into Chakanine, summon Ram back, and it's automatically enough Link material for a...
Bearbrum?
No, you can't go into Bearbrum because it
Nope.
requires 2 Tri-Brigades.
Unfortunate.
But you can go into Ferjit.
Which then gets your Tri-Brigades going.
Right.
Okay.
So, it kind of... It's still worth it to play, because then late game, if you still haven't seen a Zoo, and then you see like a Ram or a Rat late game, you can still make a Zeus.
Yeah, you can still, go into Borpo, attack direct.
Right, but now
pop Zoo.
with no Trident, you realistically, since you don't have Trident, you don't need to run Tiger Mortar either.
So that immediately frees up 2 extra deck slots for something else.
Could either be another Chakanine. You could even put in a second Chakanine and a Hammer Kong. That way you can still make like a 4-stack Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
Or like instead of, you could literally just deck out the Trident and into Hammer Kong and leave the Tiger Mortar there. That way you can make a 4-stack Zeus. Or you can deck in like a second Chakanine and maybe like a Nightmare Phoenix or something.
Yeah, and
that way you have a little bit more versatility.
Yeah, and it would also help you get around any Contact Cs that attempt to jump on your arm. Because,
Yeah, it would. So basically you run Nightmare Phoenix exclusively in case you see a Contact C.
Yeah, pretty much. But then it would also still allow you to use it as Link material because it's a Winged Beast.
It's a Fiend.
Oh, I thought it was Winged Beast.
Nope. All the Nightmares are Fiends.
Never mind. Unfortunate.
Yeah. The issue, though, still results if they wait till after you've activated one of the target effects.
Yeah.
You can't even go into it.
Yeah. But still, it's a thing.
Yeah. So, but realistically, it doesn't really touch Drytron too much, but it's huge against Tri-Brigade. It's huge against Prank Kids. And I think it might be good against Sky Striker, but I don't know about that because I think
they have to make Zeke. They would have to. We talked about this before. They have to make Zeke. They don't have any other choice. Unless they're running some generic stuff in their extra deck. If you're talking about just exclusively the Sky Striker stuff, they have to make Zeke. Because all the rest of them are Link 1s of Sky Striker Ace monsters.
Yeah. So.
Which, based on what I've read of its effect, to me, with the way the rest of the deck seems to work, is less than ideal. Being forced to make a Zeke, like your opponent dictates when you make the Zeke. But it itself is still a Sky Striker A, so they would just make Zeke and just keep going. So they might have to run more than one Zeke now or something.
Right.
But it does definitely make them have to redesign around it.
So, looking forward, not just in what we saw out of these, but looking forward, what do we expect the best decks to be headed into the next format? Is it just the ones I listed, or is there some other ones that you're expecting to see?
Well, let's see. As far as I know, pretty much exactly what you listed. We might see some Utopia stuff coming up with all the new stuff that they're printing for it.
That won't be this format though, because all that stuff's in the OCG, which is
yeah. But I'm talking
months and months away.
Yeah.
Like at this point,
that's like 2 formats away, maybe.
Honestly, with the Cyber Strike structure deck not coming out till October, I don't see us getting that if we get the Utopia structure deck and we just don't put it like, okay, if they don't just completely get rid of it like they did the Dragoonity one and make a side set out of it.
God.
Yeah, if they don't do that and we actually get the Utopia structure deck, I'm thinking February.
Yeah, March maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty far off.
Yeah, February 2021 the earliest. But that that's pretty much all I can think of. I mean, unless there's like some new cards. Well, I think that would ultimately depend on whatever comes out in King's Court, which is again Konami's giant secret. We don't know.
We still don't know anything about that set as of recording this.
We know exactly 2 cards that are coming out, and then they hinted at a third, which could be one of 2 cards.
Yeah. We don't know any. All we know is it's going to be this, 62?
63, 62 card set, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we also know that the Wicked Avatars are being reprinted in it. The Wicked Gods, are being reprinted in there.
Okay, so those 3.
Yeah. So
and realistically, probably King's Knight, Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight, and Arcane Knight Joker.
Yeah.
So that's already 7 cards, all of which suck.
Yes. So So even with the 2 new cards that they got, one of them is Arcana Knight.
Joker.
No, Joker was King's Jack and Queen's Knight fused. Then there's the new Joker. It's like Arcana something Joker, or
it's they have a new fusion for that.
Yeah, no, it's not a fusion. It's just a.
Oh, it's just a monster.
Yeah, it's just a normal monster. Its effect is that whenever it's on the field, you can just declare its name. And
it's a normal effect monster, not like a normal monster.
Yeah, it's an effect monster. And then you can make it functionally Jack's Knight, King's Knight, or Queen's Knight.
Okay.
Even if you're not running them. So realistically, you would if you're running the deck, you'd probably run 3 him and just not run Jack's Knight because he's level 5.
Yeah, that would be one way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see. And then they do have a new fusion. Who's the queen one?
The queen.
I think I've seen pictures of her, but that's about it. So we'll have to wait and see. As far as the rest of this deck, the rest of the set, because, how many cards did you say? Like 7, 8?
Yeah. So we know for sure probably 7 or 8.
Yeah, that still leaves 55 cards.
Yeah. And
who knows how many of those are going to be reprints, or actually a new card. Again, the whole set's Konami's big secret, and I don't know why.
What are some cards that you think that we could see reprinted in this set? Like something that you actually expect Konami to say, you know what? It's time. Let's give that card a reprint.
Oh, in King's Court?
Yeah.
Listen. If they're being so hush-hush about it, it better be some good stuff. I'm talking Lightning Storm. I'm talking another Forbidden Droplet reprint. I'm talking Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Prosperity. I'm talking reprints out the wazoo of all the expensive cards. So if they're keeping it this secret.
So typically what's been done is Konami of TCG gets to pick all the reprints and collector's rares and all the set contents for the mid to late summer set, which is what King's Court is. They got to pick Toon Chaos last year, which is why it's such an awesome set.
Yeah.
They also get to pick the imports. Whereas Konami, I don't know, Konami OCG or whatever
I think it's Konami of Japan.
Yeah,
we don't know.
With the main Konami company, they get to pick everything for the March set, which is why you get that cruddy gross from the past. You know what I mean? Or
stuff that they think we would want.
Right. So if the same people get to do it that got to do Toon Chaos, where we got Stardust Dragon and BLS collector's rares, which is great for retro formats. If we get things like Toon Chaos, Chaos Space, which was a great import. I mean, realistically, we could see Nobleman of Exterminate or
Cross-Out Designator. Yeah, which would be great.
I mean, if Konami TCG gets to choose the cards, I could absolutely see that happening.
Oh yeah, no. Like now that I didn't even know that was a thing. Now that you mention it, if that is the case, then yeah, very high. I'm thinking 90% chance of Cross-Out Designator finally.
And that's how we last time we got I think Pot of Desires got a collector's rare, and did Extravagance get the collector?
It was Desires.
Because I know, because Desires got a rare, and Extravagance got an ultra rare reprint.
Yeah. Yeah, but like either way, like we really need Crossroad Designator.
Desires got the collector.
We really need Crossroad Designator.
Yeah.
And Maxi.
I think it's really cool though. That I think there's good stuff to expect here, and I think we're also gonna get that Utopia. What is it? The Utopia S0, the Utopic Dragon.
Yeah, like Utopic S0 or the dragon that gives itself 100,000 attack point.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, one of them.
Possibly both. That would be great, but no, it's going to be one or the other.
Yeah. I think looking ahead, we have Drytron, we have Prank Kids, we have Zoo Brigade, and maybe still some Dino, but I think Striker is going to be way more of a problem than people realize.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to be everywhere. Then after about maybe a month or two, then we'll probably start seeing Dragon Link again.
Some of the new Dragon Link combos are really interesting.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's gone from you better have 2 hand traps to just have one. You'll turn in. You will end the turn.
If placed in the right spot, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As opposed to if you want to end their turn, you have to have 2, and you have to hit. You got to hit them perfectly.
Right.
Compared to now, whereas a good one will limit their board real hard. Place it right, you'll end their turn right there. But it's still a thing that they can do. But it's going to take a month or 2 of testing to retool it.
Here's an interesting little game I'd like to play. So, this is spur of the moment. Caleb does not know about this. This will be off the top of our heads.
Okay.
We will do a draft. And we will pick side deck options heading into the new format. So, basically build your side deck. Here's the catch. We cannot use the same cards. So, build your side deck going into the coming format. Just 5 cards. You say 1. I say 1.
Oh, okay. I see.
If it's like a fantasy football draft where it's a snake draft, whoever goes first will get picks 1, 4, 5. So, if you go, the round will snake. So, you go 1, 2, and then 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, back and forth. So you can either have picks 1 and 4, or you can have picks 2 and 3.
I'll do 2 and 3.
Okay, so I'll pick 1, then you'll pick 2, then I'll pick 2, you'll pick 2.
Yeah.
Back and forth until we each have 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm going first, and I have to pick a side deck card heading into the new format, should we do it on a budget or just best side deck cards in general?
I would say just in general. Because I don't have a phone, so for me to just pull up card prices off the top of my head.
That's fair. So, the best side deck card heading into the new format. I think it might honestly be... Oh, hold on, wait. Let me think about this. Do you want to do side deck cards or just tech cards in general?
Let's stick it to side deck, my dude.
Okay. Well, then I'm not going to say Solemn Strike because I think that's a main deck card.
I think it's one of those cards that could be in the main or the side, depending upon what deck you're playing. But I completely understand 9 times out of 10, if you're running it, it's probably going to be a main deck card.
Honestly, I think I might have to go with Forbidden Chalice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, I didn't have it in my top 10 staple cards to own under $5 list that we did a while back. But I love that card in this upcoming format because realistically, you can blank a Tri-Brigade, you can blank Diviner of Heralds. I mean, the options that you have are endless.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So for me, picks 2 and 3 are going to be Imperial Order, because you flip Imperial Order and you just extend the GG to the Sky Striker player.
I mean, if they're playing the Eldritch engine with it, they can send Eldritch and one from hand, but...
Yeah, but no, if they're pure Sky Striker, extend the hand of GG.
Yeah, because that's it. It's done.
Like unless they opened with Twin Twister or Cyclone or Harpy's Feather Duster. Speaking of which, my next pick is going to be Harpy's Feather Duster.
That's a great pick, though, IO. That's a great pick.
Oh, yeah. But for me, pick number 3 would be Harpy's Feather Duster.
Also a great pick, because if you can hit it at the right time, Duster crushes Striker. It can, in theory, crush Prank Kids, depending on how they set up their board. It can be rough. It can be super rough for Tri-Brigade. It's a great card this coming format.
Yeah, and then any control. Do you want to go ahead and include Twin Twister and Cosmic Cyclone there as well, or?
Yeah, that's fine. We can just call it general back row removal.
Yeah. General, I activate this. Your back row is gone.
Right, because I think they all kind of follow into the same category where it's like generic back row removal.
Yeah. However, the only issue about Harpy's Feather Duster compared to Twin Twister and Cosmic Cyclone is that it's not quick play. But there's no cost, and B, it's not one or two cards. It's the entire your opponent's entire back row.
Right.
So you could easily wipe out six cards with you activating this one card.
I don't know about easily 6, because I feel like...
Unless they got something weird, funky that's trainable, like...
well, they would have to have a field spell up, too.
Yeah, like a IDP. So like an Invoke player who kind of bricked a little bit, so they only put out like one invoked monster. They got their field spell, and they got like 5 back row for some reason.
I don't see that happening too often, but even if you can get like 2 or 3 off of it, you're still going plus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, exactly. And I could even see some situations where a 1-for-1 trade-off with Harpy's Feather Duster is well worth it.
Yeah. So, the next number on my list, the number 4 overall pick, my second pick, is Droll Lock Bird.
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah, that card just murders Drytron.
Mm-hmm.
And invokes Shaddoll Dogmatica.
Oh yeah. No, just any deck that relies on adding cards to hand. Like Tri-Brigade, I think their whole thing is they flood their graveyard with stuff rather than their hand.
Right. Yeah. Even though... So, the Drytrons can't search all their ritual monsters. They can't search a ritual spell.
Yeah.
Like, once you hit that first one, it just turns the whole deck off.
Big oof.
It also shuts down the Invoke Shaddoll Dogmatica deck. Because, like, activate Meltdown, search Alistair, hit him with Droll. Yeah. Or you can... If they activate Nadir Servant, they'll send Apclone, search Ecclesia, and then... Apclone automatically, so it's Apclone and then Droll chained to Apclone.
Yeah, and
because Apclone, because they both automatically activate, but turn player goes first. So
yeah,
their Apclone, your Droll, and then because of your Droll, their Apclone
fizzles.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, well, it resolves negated.
Resolves without effect.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, no, Droll, great option. Fantastic card.
I think my next pick after. So, my first pick was Chalice. My second pick is Droll. I think my third pick, I'm going to Biru.
Also, great card. Lots of combo decks on, summon number 5.
Yep. You can hit Prank Kids, sometimes even during your own turn.
Which I find absolutely hilarious, and I didn't learn about until literally right before we started recording.
Yeah. Yeah, man, gotta count them summons during your own turn, too.
Yeah, apparently.
Prank Kids, it hurts. Drytron, it hurts. Dinosaur, if they get going and they don't use the Misk early, it hurts. It's a pretty good card.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And Zoo Brigade. You can hit Zoo Brigade on your own turn because they'll go Revolt, summon 4 for Shurag, summon Shurag to banish. That's 5 summons.
Yep. There you go, Nibiru.
So...
Yeah.
Is that 5 summons or is that 1 summon?
No. I'd have to read Revolt. But I'm 90% sure they all come out at the exact same time, so that would be classified as 1 summon, I think. I would have to look at the specific ruling. That's a little...
Iffy.
Because we actually had this exact question about that interaction with Winda. And basically in that situation, Revolt would special summon out all the monsters, and then the Link summon wouldn't happen.
Yeah. All right, you get 2 more picks.
Okay, let's see.
Well, you get these 2
Yeah.
in a row, and then there's one more after.
Yeah. I'm going, since you said Droll, I'm going to pick the graveyard version of Droll and say Skullmeister.
That is big brain.
Oh yeah, no, because to shut off all graveyard effects, that would include things like Ben 10 searches, pitch, fractal, chain, Skullmeister. Even if they have Foolish Burial even if they're running Foolish Burial for some reason to get more stuff in the grave, they still don't get the mills off.
Right.
Just as 2 examples. I'm trying to think of. It stops the Eldritch traps from banishing themselves. Can't even activate their effect to begin with to do the search. So it turns off the engine for that end phase of all their end phase shenanigans.
Yeah, I like that pick.
That's about it. And then after that, I would have to say Ash Blossom.
Ash Blossom's a main deck card.
Fair enough.
If I'm not picking Solemn Strike, you can't pick Ash Blossom.
Okay, you got me there. Fair enough. In which case, I'll say Ghost Bell.
There you go. That's a good pick.
Which is both, in some situations, it's better than Skullmeister. In others, it's actually going to be worse than Skullmeister.
I feel that.
Yeah. Because in the case of with the case of Skullmeister, somebody banishes a card for cost to activate the graveyard effect. For instance, with the effect of Chaos Space. Skullmeister can't stop that.
Right.
Ghost Bell can.
Yeah.
Ghost Bell doesn't care.
Yeah.
So that's the big reason why I could see somebody running both.
So I've got my last 2 picks here. I'm going to take Jebaited. I got Contact C.
Of course.
I mean, it's good.
It is. We've discussed this like for a good chunk of this episode. Contact C is currently in vogue. Get them while you can. They're about $2 for a common.
I mean, it's only got common printings.
Yeah, but one of them's $2. The other one's $3 right now. And I remember when they were 16 cents a pop.
Yeah.
So for those of you who stocked up on these, stonks.
Yeah, congrats. I'm going to take Contact C here. The card's too good against decks like Prank Kids and Tri Brigade to really exclude it. So, and the last card I'm going to take is Lancia, because it can still shut down Dinosaur, except even harder now. It can shut down... It hurts on Invoke Shaddoll Dogmatica, things like that. And it can turn off Tri Brigade. So...
Oh, yeah. For my last pick, I'm probably going to say Forbidden Lance.
That is a spicy tech. I love that.
Yeah. Okay, so, me thinking, what I'm going to play after Dragon Link, right now I'm leaning toward Pure Trap Shaddoll. My immediate thought with Lance was, I can Tori while Winda's up and not care.
Yeah,
because I can go activate Tori. In response, no, chain Lance on my own Winda. Yeah, my Winda loses 700 attack, but then if they just got their one special summon for the turn and then lost their monster from Torrential Tribute,
yeah,
doesn't matter.
All right, everybody. Well, there's our lists. My list is Forbidden Chalice. It is Droll Lock Bird. What was my third card?
I don't remember. We should have been
Nibiru.
Yeah, Nibiru, yeah.
Droll Lockbird, Nibiru, Artifact Lancia, and that 4th card that I picked.
Yeah.
We should have kept better track of this.
Yeah, we should have took notes on this.
I promise this was a spur of the moment thing. Neither of us knew whether this was happening when the podcast started.
Yeah. Then, like the big thing for me was the...
Contact C.
Contact C, yeah. Like, for me, it was, I don't remember the first one. Second one was...
Your first one was, Harpy/Twin Twister and I.O.
No, yeah, it was Imperial Order, and then Harpy's Feather Duster /Twin Twister /Cosmic Cyclone.
Back row removal cards.
Yeah, back row removal cards. And then it was Skullmeister and
Ghost Bell, Yeah, Forbidden Lands.
Woo, Forbidden Lands.
Whew, man.
Yeah.
We have terrible memories.
Yeah. But again, like with the Lance option, it's just, there's lots of... Oh, actually, I just thought of another application for it.
What?
Protects from a Widow Anchor.
Oh, true.
Yeah, activate Widow Anchor targeting the sponsor, Chain Lance.
True. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, just me thinking, bleh.
It's got its applications, it really does, especially when there's so many power spells in today's game.
Oh yeah, that either A, target, or B, are just kind of blanket, so so you can control what you lose a little more.
Right.
Or, just go negate.
Well, everybody, that will wrap us up for today's podcast. I hope we rambled long enough for you. If we didn't, feel free to go back and re-listen to previous episodes or hit us up on Twitter and we will chat with you. Just for you. Just reach out to us and we will just hit you back with your own personal response. We ask that you follow us on Twitter at Top Cut Podcast, at JamTheMan17, and at DatChumley. We ask that you follow and subscribe to our sister channel over on YouTube. We have our own channel, but we also have another channel called Team Dark Arm Dealings that we work very closely with. It's other players from our locals, and it is a great channel with great content.
Yeah, not our actual YouTube channel, but we might as well be part of them at this point.
Yep. So they support us, we support them. It's a team effort. We ask that you subscribe to everybody. Do all the things. We love it and support. We love the support so much. We were looking at the graphs for our analytics recently, and it's just an up arrow. It's great. And we have you guys to thank for that. We have you telling all your friends. We have you sharing our stuff wherever you listen, wherever you talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! We appreciate that. Moving forward, we do want to ask a favor of you, our listeners. Please hit us up on whatever platform you heard about us on, whether that's Twitter, whether that's Reddit. However you heard about us, hit us up through that platform. Let us know, because we want to be more interactive with our listeners on the platforms that they are on. Please let us know. Follow us. Links will be in the description to all of our social media, as well as the Team Dark Arm Dealings YouTube channel. Caleb, you got anything else to add?
No, not I can think of. I think you put everything together quite nicely there.
I'm good like that. Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Take care, everybody.